Hello, I'm Michael from Ivanhoe Cycles. We're going to go through building a bicycle. It is always best to get a bicycle built by a professional mechanic, but if you'd like to have a go yourself, these videos will show you how. There's some very important parts of the bicycle which need to be adjusted properly, which we'll go into in the videos. There's the rear derailleur and its adjustments, its limits. There's the front derailleur and its adjustments and limits. There's the levers, brakes and shifters, and also the hydraulic brakes on each wheel. Making sure the pedals are done up correctly and the seat height, etc. These things are all very important. We'll go into that in the specific bicycle video that you've purchased. Hi, Michael from Ivanhoe Cycles. We're going to go through putting together a Venture 4.0 XDS bicycle. The first thing we're going to do is unpack it out of the box. In the bottom of the box, there's this smaller box which has the pedals and a skewer in it. So that's the bicycle unboxed. With the handlebars, always make sure the cables run either side of the frame neatly and they're not tangled, and make sure the fork's facing the right way. There's a bridge at the front that faces forwards. So we're going to start by putting the handlebars on first. There's 4 bolts in front of the faceplate which we take out. Again, cables either side of the frame and not tangled up. Place the faceplate back on and just do all the screws up loosely. All the bolts up loosely. When the bolts are done up, the faceplate should have about the same gap at the top and bottom, above and below the handlebar. So make sure the handlebar's central to the headstand and your levers are faced down a little bit. When you're sitting on the saddle, your hands will be pointing down slightly. Again, checking the faceplate's got the same gap at the top and the bottom. We're going to lock each bolt up in a diagonal pattern. So, for instance, top left hand, bottom right hand, top right hand, bottom left hand. That way it gives fairly even pressure on the faceplate. So I'm going to lock them all up tight now. There's a manual that comes with the bike, which does have some important information in it. It's certainly worth having a read through that. It does tell you about brakes and gears and different parts of the bicycle. There's a reflector and bell on the handlebars. The reflector goes in next to the stem and the bell goes over towards the left-hand shifter, and you can adjust the little lever around so you can reach it easily. Putting the front wheel in, you'll need the skewer. The skewer's got a nut on it as well as 2 springs. 1 spring goes either side. There's a big diameter and a small diameter on the spring. The larger diameter goes to the outside. The skewer normally goes through from this side of the wheel, and then a spring will go on the other side. Again, small side of the spring inside, large side outside. Put the nut on a couple of turns. Now before you put the wheel in the bicycle, there'll be a spacer inside the disc caliper. That spacer stops the caliper's brake pads from closing up. If you're ever putting the bicycle in the car and you've got to take the front wheel out, it's good to have that hand. Putting the wheel in the bicycle, line up the disc with the disc pads. Make sure it goes neatly in between them. The wheel should go right up in the dropouts at the bottom of the fork, and the wheel should be central of the fork, looking at the top of it. To do the skewer up, spin the little nut on the left-hand side until it gets a bit of force on it, with the lever on the right-hand side horizontal or in a flat position. As it gets a bit of force on it, you should be able to clamp that lever up against the fork. Again, making sure the wheel's central in the bike. With the seat post and the seat clamp, it's worth putting a bit of grease on them. With the clamp, it actually allows to put more clamp force on, and with the seat tube, where the seat post goes, it stops it jamming in there. Okay, we'll put some air in the tyres. All bicycles have the pressure rating written on the side of the tyre. On this bicycle, it says between 50 and 85 psi. When you pump the tyre up, make sure it's on the rim everywhere around and there's no tube hanging out or anything like that before you put air in it. Okay, so we did the faceplate up earlier. Now we've got to do the head stem up so the handlebars don't move. In the top of the head stem, there's a small bolt, a 5mm Allen bolt. there's a collar underneath the head stem. By loosening the top bolt, you'll find the collar can move. When you do the bolt back up, just as the collar stops moving, that gives you about the right pressure for the bearings top and bottom. It pulls all this together. Once that's done, drop the 2 pinch bolts at the back, making sure the handlebars straight with the front wheel. Wind each pinch bolt in until it's snug, and then lock each one up. So with the front disc, if you spin the wheel and it is rubbing, you'll need to centralise it. The way you do that is by unlocking the 2 bolts on the caliper that hold it to the fork. Loosen them slightly so the caliper can move around. Hold the brake on, which will centralise the caliper over the disc. And then just nip each bolt back up again. The caliper should now be clear of the disc and it should run freely. I've nipped them up, now I'm going to lock them up, making sure they're both tight. Same with the back brake. It's rubbing slightly, so I'm going to unlock both the bolts that hold the caliper onto the bike. Holding the brake on, just nip each bolt up. And the disc should now be clear of the caliper. If it's not, you may need some other adjustments, but usually it goes well. So the pedals to the bicycle, there's a left-hand pedal and a right-hand pedal. They do have L and R marked on the end of them. They've also got some marks on the side. The left-hand pedal has straight lines on it, and the right-hand pedal has a smooth surface. Looking at them, you can see the difference quite easily. Similar to the seat posts, a little bit of grease on the pedal threads is a good idea. When you're putting the pedals in, always wind them in by hand first so that you know they're not cross-threaded or they're going in properly. 15mm spanner or pedal spanner. Lock the pedals up. They both drop in a forward motion, so they both go that way onto the bicycle. Okay, now to the gears. This bicycle, the Venture 4.0, has 3 gears at the front and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gears at the back. It's in the easiest gear or the largest cog at the back and the easiest gear or smallest cog at the front. The first thing I'm going to do is pedal over and make sure nothing's rubbing. The front's rubbing a little bit, so it does need a bit of a limit screw adjustment. There's an L and a H, which is low and high. The low refers to the small cog. The H refers to the large cog. So that clears there neatly now. On the rear derailleur, just push it with your thumb gently while you're pedaling slowly to make sure that the chain doesn't climb up towards the spokes. This doesn't, that's good. Shifting down through the gears, stopping at each gear, it should run smoothly, which it does. It dwells a little bit at the bottom, so I'm going to just release the high limit screw slightly. Okay, so now we're in the smallest cog at the back. It's gone through all the gears well. It's shifted either way. We've made sure it doesn't go into the spokes. Looking back to the front derailleur, we're going to make sure it clears. Go up into the middle gear, that also clears. Go into the top gear or high, that also clears. I'm pressing the lever to make sure it doesn't overshift, and it doesn't. I'm now going back to the rear gears and going up through the gears there. And making sure it's not hitting on the front derailleur. Down to the middle gear, it clears as well. Down to the bottom gear. Slight adjustment there. And that now also clears. So that is the Venture 4.0. Basically anything that I've done up I should recheck. So make sure the head stem's tight, make sure the pedals are on tight, make sure the seat's on tight and the right height for the rider. And if you come across anything while you're building the bicycle, we do have other YouTube videos on Ivanhoe Cycles YouTube. And you could also call the store and speak to one of the mechanics and we could talk you through any part of the bike. Thank you.